Today we would like to focus your attention on the children who are now incarnating into your reality. With each new generation progress is made, however, these children are more advanced than ever before. They are not only more advanced in their capabilities, they also are chemically and innately different on a cellular level as well. It is our intention to give you a perspective on the changes which you can expect to see in the children coming into your reality and what they will be capable of. New parents at this time are faced with raising very different children than ever before. What has worked for previous generations will no longer be sufficient or advisable for this new breed of humans. You are collectively on a path of rapid development and evolution, and these children will be primed and ready for this advancement. For many generations, the milestones which have become markers of a child's development have remained the same. However, within the last 5 to 7 years there have been large changes to the children's development that cannot always be measured on a statistical graph. Babies are born much more alert than ever before. From the instant these old souls enter this reality, they are ready to make their mark. They are eager to take everything in. Children have always held very high vibrations. They do not have any limiting beliefs in place which would serve to lower their vibration. They are fascinated by the simple joys in life, and are capable of living in the now moment. A baby does not worry about tomorrow, nor do they dwell on past events. They simply are present in the now moment and experience each moment to the fullest. These children who are incarnating into this reality have very large roles to fill. Their capabilities reflect what is possible in the higher dimensions through the evolution of your species. Previously, you had all come into this world in order to experience duality, to gain valuable experiences from the huge variety which is available to you. These children will not come in with as much to regain or remember as past generations have. They are here to show you how to live in the higher dimensions right from the very start. As you are evolving, as you are growing and elevating in consciousness, you are making great strides in regaining your true power. These young children are here to offer you a new perspective, a new way of living together. Children have always been known to offer very candid advice, however it was rarely taken seriously. Scientists eventually will begin to see the changes which can be detected in these children's brains. Their brains do not function quite like the adults around them. They will have more of their brains activated, and therefore you will see new abilities and skills coming from these children. What once seemed impossible will grow to be expected. You will be able to see evidence of this on CAT scans which will show a much higher degree of activity at any one time. As a child learns and develops, pathways are created in the brain that will allow for that skill or information to be accessed. These new children will have far more pathways than ever has been previously recorded. This will allow for the optimal use of each section of the brain to allow for the greatest potential to be accessed. It is said that the average human uses only about 10% of their brain. A common misconception about this notion is the assumption that this percentage refers to intelligence. However, by using more of your brain as it was originally designed to be used, will allow for a higher degree of connection between your higher self and your physical mind. Knowledge can be easily acquired by the proper use of your brain anytime new information is needed, not because you will have a greater ability to comprehend, but more so because you will be once again universally reconnected, and all information is readily available for you to download at any moment. What has taken previous generations, years of intense training and memorization, can be easily downloaded into your mind whenever you desire. Utilizing 100% of your brain will allow you to reach abilities which you have only dreamed of acquiring. An increase in overall intelligence is just one of the many uses of your brain. That would be similar to using one of the world's most powerful computers as a calculator for basic numeric calculations. Well, yes, it does have the ability to calculate numbers. However, that is just one of the many things it is capable of. and so it is with your brains. And this is what these new children will begin to demonstrate. These new children will be incredibly receptive and in tune with not just the thoughts and feelings of those around them, but also of the energy of the past, present and future as well. The psychic abilities of these children will far exceed anything you have seen before. Many of these children will be telepathic. They will be able to send and receive the thoughts of others, near or far, distance will not matter. It will be incredibly important for these gifts to be cultivated by their parents and caretakers. Although these children will be born with these gifts and abilities, if they are not nurtured and encouraged to develop these skills will weaken over time. The chemical and genetic makeup of these children is physically different than any previous human before. You will notice that these children are incredibly sensitive both in their own feelings as well as to others. They will not learn in the same manner as children did before them. The old ways of learning will seem quite boring to them and they will regularly lose interest. Many new parents are witnessing this in their own children but are unsure of what to do. Mundane memorization of random facts will be of no use to them. Children innately know that they are to follow their passions, their interests, and to retain mundane facts is not of interest to them. Your technology has advanced so rapidly that you may now look up any question you have and receive answers within seconds on your internet. So what need will these children truly have for memorizing such facts? New skills will be required of these children who will be moving forward in an ever-evolving world. These children will not respond well to stresses placed on them by outdated traditions. What we mean by this is that they will not prosper in an environment that expects them to follow orders which are given to them simply because that's the way it's always been. Many traditions continue without the necessity which once created the tradition in the first place. Many continue to pass them down simply because that's what they were taught and they simply see no reason to change. These children will help to replace the old way of doing things, with new ways that are beneficial for all. Many industries such as your medical profession, school systems, financial industry, and politics are in need of drastic changes. These children will question everything, as they are here to break the mold and introduce a new way of thinking. You have started to see the very beginning stages of the changes in how these children learn with the children who have been labeled as ADD or ADHD. The medical profession says that these children have a defect that does not allow them to focus, however we have a different perspective. These children do not have a defect but rather they simply are unable to properly express the unique gifts and abilities that lie within them in a system that is unwilling to evolve. It's not that they cannot focus, they simply choose not to focus their attention on old and outdated methods of learning. We recommend that you find what these children are passionate about and ask them to expand upon this topic, and many would be amazed at their uncanny ability to absorb a tremendous amount of information on the topic. Their minds are much more capable than they are given credit for, however they are not being stimulated or encouraged to use their minds in a suitable manner. Their minds work in a different way than what is considered to be normal. Many parents have been taught to fear any deviation their child displays from the normal progression of development of other children. However, it is our wish to assure you that this is nothing to fear, but rather we ask that you embrace the uniqueness of each child. The new standard will simply be, there is no norm. These new children require a more individualized education rather than one that is fashioned for all to fit into its mold. You will see more and more of these new children who will not resonate with the old systems, and as their numbers grow, they will force the education systems to grow and evolve. More and more the medical field will search for a label to give to these children who do not fit the norm. However, it will not be long before the education system takes notice that there is nothing wrong with these very bright students, they simply do not learn the way children used to. All children are hungry for knowledge, however not all children are hungry for the same knowledge. Many of the current education systems are focused on merging a diverse group of children into very similar molds. However, these new children will prosper in environments which they are encouraged to develop their unique gifts, and in doing so, they will flourish amongst diversity. Not all children will share the same skill set, nor will they all experience the exact same development. Just as all of you have your own unique gifts and abilities, so too will they. In fact, more and more you will notice that the normal range of development for a child will widen considerably, as each child will flourish in their own way at their own pace. However, we do want to touch on just some of the abilities that you will start to see develop within these children. Some children will possess strong psychic abilities, recalling past lives and sensing the unseen, while some will possess tremendous healing abilities. Others will use their incredible creativity to shape and mold the world around them in ways that will astound you. Some will amaze you with their natural talent to draw such vivid pictures at very young ages. Some will possess a supernatural ability to manipulate numbers in their minds in just a matter of seconds, while others will be able to see the energy that exists all around you. We are not saying that any one child will possess all of these talents yet. However, know that all of these abilities have lied dormant within your own physical bodies, although these children will be born with these abilities already activated. In many ways they will show those around them what is possible. They will help many to see what has always been right in front of them. There will come a time when all of these skills are no longer seen as extraordinary, but rather they will become ordinary. Children of future generations will still require parenting. They will require your guidance, your encouragement and your love. However, much of the mundane information which requires so much time will be bypassed. Parents will be able to focus their attention on other more important experiences, such as cultivating the child's individual interests from a very early age. Your young children hold the template for what lies innately in every human, as they have not yet been conditioned by your societies. You will notice that these children will all be unique in their own right. However, their development will be similar in that they do not learn in the same way that other children before them have learned. These children, at a very young age, will seek to introduce views which will embrace difference rather than fear it, perspectives that will consider what is best for the community rather than any one individual. As these children grow into mature adults, they will inherit this world in which you live, and they will continue to make changes to ensure that with each new generation, humans continue to evolve back into a higher state of consciousness. These children are just the beginning of the dawning of a brand new civilization. We hope that this message has in some way served to enlighten you, as it is always our wish to simply share our perspective on the reality in which you call home. In love and light, we are your angelic guides.